Nirmal Purja for a second. People are like, what the hell is that? Well, I'm here to educate you. That's what we do here on the Changabi Show. So when I like to always look at the Netflix, like what's coming to Netflix this month, videos that come out every so often on Netflix, on the Netflix YouTube channel. Go check it out. And in the November video, which was, I watched back in October, I saw that there was this this documentary coming out called 14 Peaks, and it was about mountaineering. And I'm someone that has always been fascinated with mountaineering. I think it's super cool. I think it's absolutely fascinating to see how people like ascend these tall beasts that have been created by nature and getting to some of the highest points in the world that only, a counting number of people have summited, right? That is fascinating to me. So I'm a big mountain fan. I think I get it from my dad. My dad also loves the mountain documentaries. He's big into all that stuff. So I'm a mountain head. So when I saw that documentary on Netflix, I was like, damn, I got to check this out. So I watch it. 14 Peaks. The synopsis of this documentary is it's about this guy, Nirmal Purja, Nepali guy. He's from Nepal. And he wants to summit all 14. So there's 14 8,000 meter peaks in the world, right? So these are amongst some of the highest mountains in the world. And they're located in kind of three distinct regions. One is sort of in the Nepal area, another is in the Pakistan area, and then another is in the China and Tibet area. So there's like three different kind of areas where these various peaks lie. Some of those mountains, for kind of a frame of reference for you guys, include those of like Mount Everest, K2, which is the second highest mountain in the world, Annapurna, which I believe is the fourth highest mountain in the world, amongst a couple of other really big mountains. So this guy, at the beginning of the documentary, makes his mission very clear. He says, I want to summit all 14 of these 8,000 meter peaks, hardest mountains in the world to climb, in 7 months. I was like, holy shit, what? Like, what? Are you serious? Are you serious? Is that even possible? Like, I've seen the documentaries I've watched about various mountains and mountaineering and all of these things have been about basically trying to summit one mountain, right? K2, Mount Everest, Annapurna, just one. And if these people can do it, they're considered heroes. Like it's an incredibly difficult feat to be able to even summit one of these 8,000 meter peaks, let alone all 14, but within 7 months. The last guy to do it was this like European mountaineer, and he did 14 peaks over a 12-year period. So it took him, about a distinct portion of his life to be able to even accomplish this feat. And this guy wants to be like, nah, I want to do it in 7 months. I was shocked. This got me hooked right there. I was like, this guy, there's no way he's going to be able to do it. I'm not going to spoil it. But, man, I mean, the fact that he even attempted this and survived to tell the tale, whether or not that he did it, you have to watch it to find out if he was able to do it. This man should be considered one of the greatest athletes alive for even trying that, right? We think, when we think of athletes, we think of LeBron James, right? We think of Usain Bolt. We think of Serena Williams as being just the strongest athletic human beings known to man. We think of, other big football players. This dude, mountaineers have to be considered in this conversation. That's what I've realized. Extreme sports is no joke. This dude was attempting to climb all 14 of these 8,000 meter peaks in 7 months. 7 months. And he lived. He survived. Did he do it? I'm not going to say, but he survived. That's impressive. And he attempted every single one. That's all I'll say that. He attempted. Did he finish it? I don't know. But the absolute ridiculous pace that this guy is on, the way he just quickly climbs, he's built different. You talk about people being built different on the basketball court. This man is built different in life. And I think the thing I really liked about Nirmal a lot in this whole sort of scope of things is that he really does bring a great attitude to what he does. Very positive throughout the whole thing. Whatever adversity he faced, if he was super close to death and about to fall off that rope, he had a smile on his face the whole time. The project of like his mission was called Project Possible because everybody's told him, like myself, that you're delusional. This is completely impossible. I don't know what you're doing. And the fact that he was able to accomplish this was incredible. I mean, it's borderline crazy, but also like the fact that he accomplished it to tell the tale, and I just realized I spoiled it, so sorry. Is That's insane in itself. Listen, most human beings would have died doing this. I mean, it's a fact. Like climbing all 14 8,000-meter peaks in one go in 7 months is not easy. Frankly, 400, 500 people die just trying to summit Everest a year, let alone doing all of its cousins too, right? Like that is a ridiculous feat. Um, you have to be a great athlete to do that. What is the definition of a great athlete? Someone who can withstand physical adversity and conquer these feats that no one thought was possible. And Nirmal Purja did exactly that. He did exactly that. 14 peaks, 8,000 meters. People need to be talking about this amongst some of the greatest athletic achievements known to man. I know Free Solo came out like 3 years ago. And that was about Alex Honnold, like sort of free climbing Yosemite's El Capitan, which is an absolutely amazing accomplishment in itself. No ropes, no belay, just alpine style, bah, 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 just up the rock. And he did it in 2 hours and 30 minutes up and down. I mean, he deserves credit to be one of the best athletes in the world too. Mountaineers are absolutely athletes that just get no credit in the mainstream media. And that leads to the next point of this whole documentary is that Nirmal Purja is Nepali, right? And I don't know how much you guys know about the situation that's going on Mount Everest with the Sherpas. So Sherpas, for those of you that don't know, are essentially the individuals that help sort of these mountaineers get up the mountain, or sort of the Western mountaineers who are attempting to get up the mountains. Sherpas are kind of like your tour guides. They make sure, the camp is set up, the ropes are set up, they go ahead, they risk their lives to make sure all the rope is in place, to make sure that everybody is secure and everybody is as safe as possible trying to get to the summit, right? The Sherpas, they risk their lives on a daily basis to do this. They get paid a lot of money to do it, but they risk their lives. It's an incredibly dangerous job. You're constantly risking your lives. You're going ahead. And Sherpas are amongst the people who have summited Mount Everest the most amount of times. And they oftentimes get treated really badly by Westerners because, they get swindled out of money, or the Sherpas have to go ahead and they often risk their lives, and they often die saving the lives of those who pay an exorbitant amount of money to summit the mountain. And Purja, Nirmal Purja is Nepali. He's not a Sherpa. He's not related to sort of that family, but he and Sherpas in general do not get a lot of credit for the incredible mountaineering achievements that they've done. When you think of who summited Everest first, it was a guy by the name of Edmund Hillary, but there was also a Sherpa by the name of Tenzing Norgay. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, who was with him, and he does not get the same amount of credit that Edmund Hillary did. Tenzing Norgay has also summited a lot of other mountains besides Everest, and has summited Everest multiple times after Edmund Hillary even left. But he does not get the same credit. So, yeah, I mean, the whole thing with mountaineering and Everest is an absolutely crazy story. The whole thing about the industry and just everything that's gone on with Sherpas and the way they're treated in Everest Base Camp and all these things. Very fascinating. I recommend everybody look into it. And they kind of sort of touch on it a little bit in this documentary, but Everest is, again, one of the 14 peaks attempted, so they don't really have a lot of time to cover it. But Everest is a very fascinating place. It's one of the highest places in the world. It's the highest mountain in the world, and everybody is attempting to summit it. So it's a crazy topic. Definitely recommended to looking into it. If you want more information, there's actually a movie called Everest about 2000. It came out 4 years ago. It's about the 2004 expedition. And basically everything like that goes into place about, going up the mountain, and essentially the expedition goes wrong. And it's a really like very accurate picture of what happens, particularly on a Western expedition. It's not through the eyes of the Sherpa, but sort of the eyes through a Westerner trying to summit this mountain. It's a very, very good documentary. Or sorry, very good movie. It's an actual movie. Highly recommend it. Definitely go check it out. It's very good, very solid. Watched it. It was fantastic. Loved it. Yeah, so that's all I got to say about Nirmal. This dude is not normal. He should be considered amongst one of the best athletes in the world. Those of you that have not seen 14 Peaks on Netflix, go check it out. It's awesome. Incredible documentary. Nirmal Purja, one of the best mountaineers of all time, I guess we could call it that now. If you guys watch this documentary and you don't tell me, hot take of the day, Nirmal Purja is one of the best athletes I've ever seen. Nirmal Purja could be considered one of the best athletes you've ever seen. You don't even know his name. So watch this documentary and tell me if I'm right or tell me if I'm wrong.